Hey yo, what's going on everyone? Welcome back to more My Little Pony. A little better, but today we should move onwards. That's all we're doing. So remember to subscribe, Patreon, comment, like, those things. Alright, let's get into it. My Little Pony, Friendship is Magic, Season 6, Episode 20. Viva la Pegasus.
Where?
Las Vegas.
Oh, what? Like Las Vegas.
Las Pegasus is a wild vacation
What?
spot. It's just one
And
big
Applejack
park.
and
All
Fluttershy?
those lights and sounds, not to mention the crowds.
This is the first episode together.
Stop, it is overwhelming.
I know Las Pegasus doesn't seem
Las
like either of your
Pegasus.
cups of tea, but I have total faith you wouldn't have been called unless you were the perfect ponies for the job.
Probably not as bad as we think. It can't just be a loud, obnoxious party all the time.
Oh, it is.
Right?
Applejack, it isn't as bad as we thought.
It's worse.
You're right. It's worse.
Yeah, it's Las Vegas. Or Las Pegasus.
Do you think the map could be on the fritz again? I mean, this place seems a lot more suited to Pinkie Pie, or even Rainbow Dash.
If Twilight trusts the map, then so do I. All we have to do is solve our friendship problem and get back home.
No, with that
Of
attitude.
course, we have to find it first.
And make sure to experience our signature show, Pony Fantastique. Trust me when I say you've never seen anything like it. Unparalleled.
It'd be cool if we saw some ponies from Ponyville on vacation here.
Will be that you didn't see it sooner. And like everything at this amazing, incredible, I can't believe it even exists hotel, Pony Fantastique is brought to you by the chair pony of kindness, Gladmane himself.
Wow, this Gladman sure seems impressive.
Well, it is a little embarrassing. But the crowd seemed
Ah,
like
okay. We've met the main guy.
Gladmane?
just Gladmane.
Gladmane.
And it's a pleasure to meet actual cohorts of the Princess of Friendship. Thank you for coming. Thank you very much.
You know who we are?
I'm what you might call a friendship connoisseur. So naturally, I'm familiar with the friends of the great Twilight Sparkle.
Oh,
Applejack.
okay.
Fluttershy. It's an honor to have you here.
I have to admit, you're not the type of pony I expected to find in Las Pegasus.
Well, my guests may be looking for lights, music, and parties, but working hard and making friends is how I turn this hotel into what it is today, and how I plan to make it even bigger. Excuse me one second. Wise ponies may say the folks that come here are customers, but I can't help but thinking of each and every one of you as friends. That's why there's a 3-for-1 special on apple fritters in the cafe for the next hour. Enjoy!
Okay, he's a little too charismatic. I don't know, it's always a bad sign.
Like to take a tour of the place?
But he
I'm
knows
just about
them.
to do my rounds and check on my friends who work here.
We do have a friendship
Is it
problem
the
to solve.
staff, maybe?
Lead the way, Mr. Gladmane.
Just Gladmane now, you hear?
Maybe the staff is poorly treated.
You're just in time to see my newest move.
New moves or not, I'm glad to have a star like you working for me. I'll tell you what.
Oh, don't make me blush. Now watch this.
Stellar.
Oh, Mr. Gladmane himself is here. Let's run through the whole routine.
Now, don't make a fuss for old me. I'm just going to keep on giving a tour to my new friends, Applejack and Fluttershy.
Howdy.
Hi.
Hi.
If this pony calls you friend,
I love how
you're
bashful
welcome
she is.
backstage anytime. I owe him my entire career.
Oh, shucks. Well, let's leave the artists to their work.
Doesn't look like there's any friendship problems here.
I've never seen a pink prairie dog before.
I like the folks that come here to have a unique experience.
And we love him for it.
With Gladmane's help, we've been able to take care of all these little guys.
Now this place is overwhelming in a good way.
Oh, glad you like it.
Fluttershy?
Oh, come in.
You forgot the mission.
There doesn't seem to be anything wrong around here at all.
I figured looking for a friendship problem in Las Pegasus would be like
Yeah.
trying to find a needle in a stack of
Or we're
needles.
trying to find love in Las
Every pony
Vegas.
seems to be getting along just fine.
Ladies and gentle ponies, despite what my competition might say, I know you've come to this
Flim
fair
Flam?
to be entertained, and I assure you there is nothing more entertaining
Oh,
than the astounding
no.
acrobatics in Gladmane's Pony Fantastique. Now, I
No,
suppose
they're
that might
back.
be true if it weren't for the existence
Dang
and far
it.
superiorly entertaining presence of the show-stopping exotic animal act that Pony Fantastique includes.
Those voices sound familiar.
They sure do. Flim and Flam.
Why, I won't even
Yep.
dignify that assertion with response. Except to say that if you were to consider buying your tickets from me, I might consider offering them to you at a substantial
Oh.
discount. I've always thought you got
They
what you pay
are
for, and I
not
happen to
together
think
at the moment.
These tickets are a value at twice the price. Don't let this price-gouging charlatan take you for a ride. Charlatan? How dare you? Ha! How dare I?
Yes, how dare you.
I was the one that...
Well, they certainly don't seem to be getting along. You don't suppose we've been brought here to help them?
Yep.
Absolutely not.
No, yep. Applejack actually has a long history with them. So that makes sense. Maybe she's a little bit,
I know you and the
Yeah,
rest of the
some
Apple family
vengeance.
have had your issues with Flim and Flam in the past, but they're definitely having trouble, and solving a friendship problem is important, no matter who's having it.
Well, of course that's true. For any pony but them.
I'm sorry you had to see that. I don't know why, but those two have been fighting ever since they got here. I thought giving them these jobs might
The
help,
city
but
changed
I guess
them.
it just made matters worse.
Trust me, I know those ponies. You're better off with them apart. Two of them together will cheat the hooves right out from under you.
Yeah, I suppose you're right. Flim's such a show pony, and Flam has such a head for business. Why, if they ever did work together, they'd be running this place in two shakes. Speaking of which, I better get back to work. Y'all enjoy your stay now, you hear?
I'm pretty sure we should help Flim and Flam.
And I'm pretty sure there's another friendship problem here, and I'm gonna search this resort top to bottom till I find it.
I hope you didn't travel all the way from Pony.
I kinda
to
like
get me
that
to
because
reconcile with
one
my
is
no-account
prideful.
brother.
Applejack, and I think Fluttershy is more thoughtful.
I have one of those. No, I already know what he thinks of me. All show and no substance. Well, if he's so smart, he should have no trouble becoming a big success on his own.
Why, he's the greatest sales pony that ever lived, of course. Just ask him. He'll tell you all about it.
I'm sure you could work out your differences if you just sat down and talked to each other.
Yes, good job,
I'm
Fluttershy.
never speaking to that pony again.
Well, at least she's getting a head start.
No! You are ruining my show!
It isn't just your show, and I'm improving.
Oh.
You don't pull a rabbit out of a hat on a trapeze!
That's the point! To give the audience something they've never seen before. Acrobatic magic.
Ta-da!
It's called blending genres, and it's awesome!
Shouldn't some pony do something?
They've been doing this since they started working here.
Oh.
Too bad, really, if they ever stopped shouting at each other. We could take the show on tour. They'd be way more successful than staying at Gladmane's.
Ah, yes.
Now that sounds like a real friendship problem.
Yeah, this is. I kind of like this because
What are you doing?
It's supposed to be a pink prairie.
there's an initial problem they first see, but sometimes maybe that problem isn't the actual problem. But this isn't really that. It is more Applejack not accepting that problem. So again, kind of still being in her stubborn way. But the staff, see, like I was predicting, the staff.
You got along.
We used to, but we just can't seem to agree on
But
anything.
also maybe she's looking for problems, or maybe she's looking for problems that aren't on the surface. I don't know.
But if you can't agree on a
It's
new act,
interesting.
we might as well stay at Gladmane's forever.
2 friendship problems in the same theater? Now we're talking.
If you count Flim and Flam, that's 3 big friendship problems all in the same place.
Well, I don't count Flim and Flam since those 2 not being friends isn't a problem.
It certainly isn't for Gladmane. Sounds like he's better off with them fighting.
Actually, the other ponies' problems seem to be good for Gladmane, too. Both the Trapeze Show and the Animal Act would be better off if they left, but everyone's so busy arguing that they can't.
You think he knows?
Oh yeah,
I don't
definitely.
know, but I'm starting to think we should find out.
Of course Gladmane wants every pony to get along. He's the nicest, most genuine pony I've
He's
ever
taking
known.
advantage
Did
of
the
your
director
problems.
interrupt this?
The buddy.
If Gladmane is your friend, you are welcome backstage. But if you are speaking of him poorly, you leave.
Gladmane is the kindest, most gentle.
Most compassionate pony I've ever known.
My problem
Is
is
with
with him.
Oh, she's still getting the info
Just
from
can't
the
think.
animals.
The only pony who benefits from all this feuding is Gladmane. But by all accounts, he's the best friend any of these ponies have.
Well, Bernard, that adorable bunny from the Acrobat's hat, claims that every morning, Gladmane tells the director that the star wants control of the show, and every afternoon tells the star that the director wants to get rid of her. But neither is true. And the Flying Prairinos, the
Okay, I was
Pink
kind of right.
Dog
He's
family,
being too
say
charismatic.
Gladmane keeps changing their act to make each trainer think the other is doing it.
So all his talk about friendship is just a load of applesauce. He's getting them all to fight with each other on
What
purpose.
you want, applesauce? I have some.
How can we get every pony to believe that's what he's doing?
There must be a way to trick him into telling the truth.
Gee, if only there was a pony who knew how to trick a trickster.
Nah.
Or maybe a pair of ponies.
There we go, Fluttershy.
Fine. Guess bringing Flim and Flam back together might be why we're
I love her facial expressions.
maybe.
It's like her and Twilight, I think, have like really
Sorry,
adorable,
I don't think
hilarious,
some pony off the
crazy
street,
ones.
Even if that street is in Ponyville.
But Gladmane is behind so many other friendship problems. How can you be sure he isn't the cause of yours?
Because the only problem I have is standing right there.
Same here,
Same here, Buster.
Do either of you even know what you're fighting over?
Gladmane let me know that ex-brother
Oh,
of
yeah.
mine thinks I'm just a mouthpiece without a single good idea.
Gladmane assured
Yeah,
me this
dang it,
poor
Gladmane, dang it.
fool here thinks I couldn't sell heat lamps to yaks.
Sounds to me like neither of you said those things. Why'd you believe Gladmane when he said you did?
He's the boss.
Why would he lie?
Because he's afraid that the two of you together could move in and take over his resort.
And if I'm telling you he said it, you know it's the absolute truth because
You never lie.
Oh,
You're
brother
stubborn,
mine,
but
I
yes.
think it's time for a little payback.
The Canterlot two-step?
We don't have the chickens. How about the Baltimore flare?
My flair isn't what it used to be.
Listen here, y'all. If you're a friend of mine,
You're a friend of mine? Yeah, I knew when he was being too friendly. There's something sus.
Thank you. Thank you very
And he's
much.
using friendship
Are you
to
being
mask
what I am?
everything.
The high
No.
roller hustle.
I think we have another addition of bad characters.
Trust us. When we're done, there won't be a pony in town who doesn't know the apple-jackiest truth about Gladmane. That is, assuming you two are willing to help.
What size gown do you wear?
What's all the fuss now?
It's the grand matriarch of the Rich family. Impossibly rich. She's one of the wealthiest ponies in Equestria.
Fluttershy?
Why didn't some pony tell me? You know how I like to give VIP guests my personal touch.
Well, she's not exactly a guest. Word is she's planning a resort of her own.
I think she's here to scout the competition.
Oh.
Really?
And with her bits, she could take over the whole strip, hire away any pony she wants. And not me, of course. I love it here. My good-for-nothing brother on the other hoof.
Impossibly rich. What an honor it is to have you at my humble five-hook resort. I'm sure Flam has done an excellent job showing you around, but nothing could beat a personalized tour from the man himself.
You'll have to excuse Ms. Rich. She saves the energy other ponies spend talking out loud and uses it to make more money. She'd love a personal tour. Say in about an hour?
Well, that sounds right pleasant. And if you can break away for a moment, Flam, I'd love to see you in my office so I can get ready.
Are all of you sure this is a good idea?
Absolutely.
Gladmane is one fish that's hooked but good.
I sure hope you two know what you're doing.
Oh, don't you
course
worry.
they do.
When it comes to throwing ponies off their game.
No two ponies do it better than us.
Can't argue with that.
You got so vindictive all of a sudden.
Hey there, boss. Impossibly Rich is just about ready for that tour. So what do you want to see me about?
Actually, there's something I want you to see. The grand plan. Every hotel on this strip is amazing as this one.
Dang.
And every one of them mine.
He was gonna do it.
And all
He's gonna
it'll
monopolize.
take is a little sales pony ship like this. Hey there, friends. If you
Shut
think
up.
my resort is fantastic,
I'm over this guy now.
see Pony Fantastic. Tickets are on sale now. 2 for the price of 1. Thank you. Thank you very much. Now, I know Impossibly Rich has probably made you a tempting offer to come work for her.
Well, now that you mention it.
And as your friend, I'd never tell you what to do, but no pony's gonna stand in the way of my plans no matter how rich she is. And I sure wouldn't want you to end up on the
As
losing
your
side.
friend.
Think you might consider staying here? Well, all right then.
They're coming!
And last but not least, Miss Rich, the jewel in my crown.
Impossibly wants you to know she's very impressed, but doesn't think you can keep a resort of this caliber going for long.
Oh, and why is that?
Because you've got the best talent in the industry. What stops them from just leaving to join any competitor?
Well, you see, I have a trick for that, I must confess. And it all has to do with how I handle my employees.
And how is that?
Well, like friends, of course. And I treat every one of my
Got 'em.
employees with the kindness they deserve.
That's it? That's your secret? There's nothing else?
Nope, just friendship. But you know all about friendship, don't you? Fluttershy.
Oh no.
You knew the whole time?
Never try to con a con pony.
Dang. Well,
I'd have thought you'd hit the road by now.
Whether we were able to fool you or not, you can't just go on keeping ponies from getting along. It's just mean.
good
Now,
job.
maybe it is, but it's a meanness that works.
Meanness that works.
Unlike your pathetic little claw.
Dang.
I practically invented the high roller hustle. But I suppose I should be impressed. You're the only ponies to ever figure out the secret to my success. Takes a lot of work keeping every pony fighting, but as long as I keep them convinced that I'm their only friend, all of Las Pegasus will
Yep,
be
they
mine.
stay.
Oh, you can't trick a confession out of a pony like me. I am always one step ahead.
Well, you better check your hooves, because you just stepped in a confession.
Oh, no, wait.
Did that sound okay?
Never better!
Flam and Flam told us you'd see right
Okay,
through
at
the
least
fake rich
because
ponies.
I think sometimes
Once you did,
this ploy of like, I was recording you and I found
this
here's
was
the
all part of
evidence.
the plan.
It's kind of lame, but at least here it was like the intercom was right
I
there.
think you've done enough of that.
Oh, I cannot believe he let
let him almost ruin our friendship.
And our act. Good luck finding another one!
Wait! No! Yo, come
He's
back!
pure
Come
evil.
on now, I'm gonna be ruined! This is Glad Man, yo! Come
Glad
on,
Man,
you
yo.
taste this.
Gladman has left the building.
Dang, this statue's gone. That's when you know it's
I
real.
guess the map wasn't on the Fritz after
So
all.
who's gonna own this place now? And they got it.
If it weren't for your history with Flim and Flam, you never would have been so determined to find some pony else to help, and we never would have found out what Gladman
Yeah.
And if it weren't for you wanting to show even those two con ponies kindness, we
Yep.
never would have been able to trick the
Exactly.
trickster.
What a yeah.
It must have
Great.
felt pretty nice to finally put all your conniving and cheating skills to good use.
In fact, we like to think of it as a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Emphasis on the once.
What do you mean?
While this establishment undergoes a slight change in management, my brother and I want to assure you that it remains the pinnacle of Las Pegasus entertainment, which is why
That's
we invite
perfect.
each and every one of you to experience the wonder
Do they own it
of
now?
the Pony Fantastic Theater at half the normal cost of admission. And while you're appreciating this historic venue, totally devoid of performance of any kind, we invite you to use the wonder of your own imaginations to fill the space at no additional charge.
Lemon Clam!
All right. Maybe wanted a little better ending result there. Maybe like they own it or they get a statue there or something. But nonetheless, we have a Applejack and Fluttershy episode combination duo. This season, I think we are getting much more of the duos that I have asked for. And usually they deliver. They succeed once again. Because we have the stubbornness, the vengefulness of Applejack as the Flim and Flam brothers. They're going through issues. So she looks for problems. Remember, like in the sauna, the spa episode, she was looking for problems that really weren't there. But in the end, they kind of did work out in everyone's favor. This is very similar to that as Fluttershy. She wants to show kindness. She wants to help the Flim Flam brothers just because she thinks that's the initial issue. And yes, they are rude. Yes, they are devious with their monopolizing and company skills. But she still has that kindness and that heart to empathize with them and help them. But that's where everything comes together. Because, as they said at the ending there, Applejack looking for help or looking for another problem actually sparked the true root problem of this entire place. And Fluttershy still giving them the benefit of the doubt. That blended those two worlds together, and it revealed the disgusting truth of this as Gladmane, I think that was his name. He actually sabotages his own employees, but he maintains that friendship with them. So then there's an allegiance and they don't leave with that person. They succeeded in Las Pegasus, but they can be so much bigger and better. But he disallows that. Very diabolical and evil. I don't know if he's going to be one of the worst of the show, but that's pretty insane if your boss is doing that type of stuff. I'm glad he got canceled there. Maybe Flim and Flam did take over Las Pegasus, so it would be so fitting for them. So this episode is great. As I said, we have Applejack and Fluttershy. I think they go through the problems pretty well, and I think this one utilized both of Applejack's traits. So again, the stubbornness, all those things, and then Fluttershy's sweetness. It combined it really well, actually. And again, one is prideful, one's not going to do it. The other one is caring. So it was a beautiful blend. Again, I think we're not getting the character interactions or the problems, like them clashing, but I think we get the best and the strong suits of their personalities and how they sort of work through problems. And that's kind of the duos right now. That's how it's expressed. And it's great. I'm really digging it. So Las Pegasus, that's also world building. But this episode, Las Pegasus, this entire framework and episode, it is successful. I'm all for more duos. Give me more duos. We have about 6-ish episodes left. So I would like to see some before we maybe get to a crazy season finale. But that's going to be very soon. So I hope you guys will still join the ride with me as we finish season 6. Alright guys, this is going to be it for me. Thank you for joining me. And I will see you when I see you.